Okay, we are going to do a glowing, healthy, beautiful skin for any age. Of course, the key with this is letting go of the heavy powders and the heavy shimmer. So I am going to do a base that is perfect for any age, that won't highlight any wrinkles, that won't draw attention to any crepey, damaged, scarred skin, something that will just look super healthy and super glowy. Step one, so this is my current makeup skincare routine that I'm using myself. I'm using the Light Wonder Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation with SPF 15 by Charlotte Tilbury. This was something I never ever thought I would use on myself. I didn't think it would be enough coverage for me. I'd heard about it, but I didn't actually think that it would give me... It's not that I want a heavy coverage, but I've got quite a lot of discoloration, lots of little like tiny blemishes, little skin sort of darkness patches, and I thought it wouldn't give me enough coverage, but it does. But it's really lovely and light. It's glowy, but it's more glowy because of, I guess it's quite a dewy consistency rather than being matte, but it's not glowy in the sense that it's got shimmer in. So I'm just working that all over my skin with, this is my Kitco, it's my personal brush, it's a brush I love a lot. It's almost like a foundation brush that it's tight, but it's got a little bit of fluffiness to like really blend in. I would actually probably also do this with my fingers, but I want to keep my hands clean, so I'm just going to pop it on like this. And I'm actually just concentrating. I started off in the centre of my face and I just worked out away. So there was only that small amount on the back of my hand and I just worked it in, and I'm keeping working it in and blending out towards the jawline. So it's a fine layer, there's not going to be any hard lines. Okay, so that's all blended in, and now I'm going to go in with my Lacura Illuminating Concealer Pen by Aldi. I'm just going to do a couple of pumps directly onto my under eyes, and I'm going to make sure I take it right into that corner. Do you know how many... I was on a shoot the other day and I was looking through the pictures of the celebrity I was working on who'd had makeup done for a previous shoot, but I hadn't done it, and they were giving me those pictures as a reference. And in her inner eye, in this, literally in this like what I call the dark cave in here, there was nothing on in there. There was no concealer, there was no foundation, the eyeshadow hadn't even been taken into there, and it was this little dark crevice. And it's something that really, really annoys me, and what I see a lot, and it doesn't annoy me with normal people doing it, but for a makeup artist to miss it, that's, I think, pretty shoddy. But I see it a lot with normal people, that they're getting their concealer and they're doing this on their cheek, just anywhere, just lagging loads of it on. Normally this bit here, one, it's going to crease a lot because that part of your face really, really moves. You know, you do all this, it moves a lot, whereas this piece doesn't move as much. And two, you haven't got as much darkness in there because it's not a naturally shaded area. This area here, can you see how it's pushing out the light because it's hitting the light more? In here it's being blocked by my nose, so I'm going to have more shadow. Anyway, next stage is a nice fine concealer, and I might even take a little bit of that onto the lids. And I'd use a different concealer, an oil-based concealer for any spots that I had. Maybe a little bit of this, but this one's actually quite light reflecting, so it probably wouldn't work on spots. But at the moment I'm quite lucky with my skin, so I'm not doing that stage. Please know that I have got other videos for that if that's you. Okay, this is my super duper glowy face, where I would normally be popping on a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Filter on my upper cheekbone. Can you see that there? It's got a slight sort of sense of goldiness, iridescence, and when you put that onto the areas that you want the light to hit, so cheekbones, maybe a little bit on the nose, top lip, it is going to bounce light out so beautifully and look super glowy. But I do understand that I said no shimmers if you don't want to highlight spots, lines, crepey skin, any marks that you don't want to shop, because shimmer might sit into that and highlight it. Now, the difference with this one is it's a very creamy, oily base. So it's not like a dry, powdery shimmer. This is the only thing. There's also different versions of this. I think Elf do one. I know Huda Beauty does one. That there's something that you can play with as long as you don't put it all over your skin. I see a lot of people doing this in videos, just putting it all over, wherever they want. Like, why would you put it? Can you see how that's instantly like made like a weird... Why would I want to be highlighting random places. All over the forehead, so it's this big shiny block of forehead. No, really try and specify it in gorgeous brightening areas instead of all over the face. That is a top tip, especially as you're aging. But let's see what we can use if we're not using anything with shimmer. An absolute miracle product is my Ciate London Dewy Blush Glossy Cheek Tint. Now, I thought this was more of a blusher, and it kind of is. There is some colour there. If I pop a little bit on, that's actually quite a lot, and just warm that up with my finger and keep moving it around, can you see instantly, not just a little bit of colour, almost like a lovely little flush, but it's giving me this incredible shine on my cheeks, and there is absolutely no shimmer in this at all. So this is when I'm saying absolutely any age could use this, and just pop that along their cheekbone. Can you see that glow it's given me instantly? So I've got a glow from the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and I've got a glow from this. Even if I was using a balm on my cheek, if I had like a night balm, I could put that over my foundation just to lift my foundation and make it not look so matte. You want to do this all before powder is on, because the next stage is to set that down. Okay, so I've got my skin. It's looking glowy, it's looking fresh. It's definitely not looking heavy with product, but I will need to set certain areas because I want to put eyeshadow on. I don't want things to slip around. And when you do a quite a oily, dewy skin, there's nothing to really keep it there. That's when you hear people saying that, oh, their eyeshadow is slipping, their mascara is like touching on their bottom here and making a dark mark. It's because you've not set it correctly. Now, I haven't actually put any primer on. I personally never wear primer. I find no need for it. That said, I do use it on some clients, especially clients with rosacea, with extra oily skin that maybe have some scarring on the skin that I need to even out, but I haven't myself, so I do know I need to set it. That's where this comes in. Ah, adorable. I mean, it's so cute. This is a Paul & Joe Illuminating Loose Powder in 001. A gentle little fine translucent powder that I'm going to just swipe over my eyelids because I don't want anything to crease when I'm putting eyeshadow on later. And it's already creased, so I can see the line there. I'm also going to take a little bit into my T-section and just under my eyes very gently, just to set any concealer into place. Maybe a little bit around here eye crease. But I'm absolutely not putting any powder at all on these lovely glowy highlighted areas that I've created, because that would be sort of taking away everything that I've already done. I just want to set the parts that could move or that would bounce back a lot of light, like the middle of my face. So that's it. That is it. That is a just fresh, gorgeous, simple base. I know it took a few stages, but if you were doing it yourself, it wouldn't take that long. You wouldn't be explaining things like I do. And now I'm going to go in and do my cheeks, my bronzer, and my eyes. So see you in the next video.